I love becoming somebody else. Not to say that I don't like who I am, I like when you're so involved in a scene with somebody and like everything just kind of stops and that's all that matters, and like you just kind of, you completely forget who you are, and this, whatever's happening in front of you is what's happening. And then, you know, director or whoever yells cut or the scene ends and you're just like, did we just do that? Like, what just happened? I think when, like, going into it, that's what I go in with the mentality of, just acting and being. You know, sometimes that's to the dismay of, you know, the DOP or whoever's trying to get the shot, and I'm like, yeah, acting. Like, once we have marks down and was set and like, this is the scene, I don't know. I'm aware of the camera, but I'm not thinking about it. I love, like, anything fantasy genre, I love. But I always want to play the guys. That genre of film or TV, whatever it is, the women are like the maiden in distress. So I find myself wanting to play the warrior roles. You know, in full armor, riding a horse, like swinging a sword around, fighting a bunch of dudes, and then, you know, the aftermath is on the floor, and then I take my helmet off, and it's like, yeah, I'm a woman, and I did that. I feel like I should be a warrior princess. That's a message to all the casting directors out there. I think I like to play roles that maybe it's parts of me that I'm unable to show in real life. But in playing these parts, I get to tap into emotions and parts of me that I can't show. I like that sort of twisted, dark mind, I think, because it's so different from me in real life. And I get to really play around with it and have fun. I knew you were going to ask that. Up until I was 8, I wanted to be a vet, and that was it. Like, I love animals. And I was watching a TV program called Vets in Practice, and they followed these students around, and I loved it. And then they got to the point where the students had to put on a big blue glove and stick their hand up a cow's ass. And I was like, oh, I don't want to be a vet anymore. And then I think I wanted to be a lawyer. And then I remember thinking, it must have been like, I don't know, a year later. And I was like, you know what? If I was an actor, I could be a vet and a lawyer and like a million other things, and it would be great. I feel like it was the first time I connected as an actor. And I did the monologue from this play, and it's about a woman who's like, her husband's been away at war, and she just finds out that he's disappeared and he's presumed dead, crying and crying and crying, and it like to the point that I couldn't stop. And everyone's like, what's going on? And I just, like, I had to get up and leave the room, and I was just so affected by it. And yeah, and then I'm like, oh, this, like, when the crying subsided, I was like, that felt amazing. I want to do that again. I wish that I'd started taking classes like 20 years ago, and just like being open to learning. And like, I didn't know anything. I still don't know anything, but like 5 years ago, I knew absolutely nothing, but I thought I knew, oh yes, I can act, I'm an actor. So just shut up and do the work.